Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be going over how to control the location settings for your Shopify store. So we're starting off again in the Shopify admin, and we're going to go to settings and we're going to go to locations. So your locations help control a few different things on your Shopify store, mainly involving things that have to do with your inventory. So if you have a line of product that is being stored in a few different warehouses, then having up-to-date locations will help you control where that inventory is being stored, how much is there, and the rates that you get when shipping out of those locations. So locations are also very important when it comes to your shipping rates, what your customers are being quoted, and what you are getting quoted, and it just helps maintain the overall organization and structure of your online store. So when you're setting up your Shopify store for the first time, you're going to have to set up a default location, and you can tell which one it is by this default button over here on the right. And if you click into the location, you can see how we set this up. So every location gets an internal name. This is mainly for you so that you know which location Shopify is talking about. You can give this name whatever you want. And then down here, we have the actual location information, which is the address and phone number. So Shopify uses Google autocomplete for the address. So it has to be an address that Google recognizes. Otherwise, Shopify will not let you add the address. And you also need to have a phone number associated with the location. Now, with every location you add to your store, Shopify also allows you to control whether or not you're shipping product out of that location. So because this is our default location, you always need to have product shipping out of your default location. So here we have it grayed out and checked by default that we are shipping out of this location. So if we get out of here, we have two other locations that we set up over here. So if we click into this one's called HQ. This is the address and phone number. And we have fulfill online orders from this location checked. So if we changed our minds, let's say, and we're no longer shipping product out of this location, we can uncheck this box, but we just have to make sure that our inventory is all up to date and that our shipping settings are all updated, because if you have different settings and different inventory setups tied to this location and you uncheck this, this can mess with those settings. So just be careful when checking or unchecking this box. And if, let's say, we are no longer using this location at all at any capacity, then we can just click deactivate location, and then that will remove it from our store. So you can actually choose when deactivating a location if you want to transfer that inventory assigned to this location to another location. So if, let's say, we deactivated it and we're transferring inventory to that test location, now we go in and you'll see a little slash through the location icon, which means that this location is deactivated. And if we want to delete it entirely, now the delete location button is here and we can choose to delete it. In this case, we're just going to leave it. Now, continuing down, we can change our default location. So if we want to change the default is really only used in a case where the shipping location is not specified for whatever reason. So Shopify would use this location to ship inventory by default. So if we wanted to change the default, we can choose a drop down over here. So let's say we choose the test location, and now the default button moved down to test location. And then finally, you have this app and custom fulfillment locations. So here you're not really going to be messing with anything. You can't control this section directly. If you have third-party fulfillment set up on your store, you have warehouse services that are shipping and fulfilling the products for you, and you set this up either through third-party apps or in your shipping and delivery settings, then those fulfillment partners will appear over here, and you can click on their sections to be taken directly to the settings that affect that specific fulfillment partner, but in this case, these are just set up for you, so there's nothing really that you need to add here. So in another video, we go over how to control your inventory. So you can refer to that as far as how to control the inventory that is tied to these locations. But that, in a nutshell, is how you control the location settings for your online store.